There's one. There's two. Okay. Okay, and there popped up two more sessions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one of them is H265. Why are you H265? Who is on H265? Vertical's on H265. All right, can I toss you onto GPU 1 then? So let's stop, restart. And now do we have, okay, now you're on 1, you're on 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on 0 and 8 on 1. Can we start you? Okay, that's going to look like a no. Can we start recording? Okay, I think we have reached our maximum encoder encodings. Yeah, I saw Catherine Fox on Twitter, and I'm following you now, and I only wasn't able to find any messages specifically. But yeah, I saw some of the sort of kimono stuff that you were up to, posting on there. All right, hold on now. Okay, there we go. That minimized. That was not intended to be minimized, but all right. All right. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, let's see. So this is, I think, my maximum number of outputs. Yes, it might be. Let me just check to see that these other things are still working. You can go away. You can probably go away. And let's see if this thing is online properly. Okay, that's fine here. See this. Okay, is this helpful? I don't think this is helpful. No, but we can go here and look for this. Okay, so that's showing properly. This is showing up. Okay. Okay, so this looks like it's working all right. And what is the setting here? That's not helpful. Can you show me how many P's you are displaying? Description, not description, quality. Okay, so that's 1080 right now. That's okay, that's fine. This should be all right. Okay, so I think these, sorry, I was saying I was able to find your Twitter, and I should have followed your Twitter, but I don't know where to look for a message. But I am following you, and I took a quick peek. I saw some of the kimono stuff that you were posting, and it looked pretty good. Where was I? Yeah, but if you sent a, oh yeah, actually, I just saw the message. Okay. Okay, so there's a reply, and it's complaining about unlocking more things on X. Okay, but I see all of your Twitter things now, or I see at least one of your Twitter things now. Let's say. Okay, and I think, what was I doing? We're checking settings. Okay, settings, we're fine on this, we're fine on that. Check you. Oh, and I suppose, hello, Ichika. I'm not sure where exactly is this. This is going to be on, where did that come from? This is one of the downsides. I need to track down exactly where. Okay, I see. This was on YouTube. Okay, so that's a thing. And welcome. Okay, so let's actually get down to it. Leave you here. Leave you here. This can go on. That can go on. Okay, I think we're ready to get down to business. As Mulan said, to defeat the Huns. Okay, bring OBS back. You can sit here. Yeah, I just did. I think I just replied to you. But let's check again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I see the message that you just sent. I see both of them. If there's a different thing from the DMs than the messages you just sent, I don't think I know how to find it. But now that we know that we're connected on Twitter here, I think we're all set. Okay, back here. OBS can go back on. We can check our. Oh, that is a big spike in download rate. I guess we're fine. Okay, I do want to change one thing though, and that is, actually I don't want to change anything. Okay, OBS is up. I think we're all set to go. Okay, so back to business. All right, what are we up to? We are almost done mapping out Pleasant Valley. We are currently at nighttime. We have an aurora going on, which means we do have a little bit of electricity, but nothing to use it for. We are still dealing with these broken ribs from that moose attack 2 days ago. I guess it's more than 2 days. We have 2 more days of broken ribs. But we can deal with it. We're drinking some soda. And we are in the process of finishing up acquiring some more charcoals so we can finish up scouting out the southern area. And then we'll head over to the west to see whatever is past Keeper's Pass. Okay, but in the meantime, I think we're just going to pass a little bit of time and wait until morning. Actually, we're probably going to wait the 6 hours until that fire burns down, because we need the charcoal. Okay, this should give us a couple of hours of sleeping. And then we're ready to head over. We're just still an hour and change on the stove. Oops. Let's get some water. Just to get nice and prepared, because we're going to take a pretty long hike. Oops, did not mean to pick that up. Come on, can I put you down, please? There we go. Okay. Not tired enough, huh? Guess we can wait for an hour. And then the fire ought to be just about dead. Like we will be once we run into this bear. Let's see, so this bedroll, how's it doing? 67%. Okay, so it's not going down too fast, but it is going down. I kind of want to hunt that bear that's somewhere in this southern area here. But I don't know about a safe way to go about it. We'll have to put a pin in that. Okay, so this is dead. Take charcoal. 13 charcoals. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Okay, rest is fine. Maybe a little bit of food. That's probably too much food. Okay, mass-wise, we're only 6 kilos over. Which means we can still walk medium fast, but I would like to have a little bit more weight free. Okay, we do not need all these knives. Don't need all of these flares. Don't need any of these shells. And we don't need the flare gun. Okay, so that's pretty good. We can drop all the arrowheads because we're not going to be doing any... We're not going to be doing any crafting. Okay, drop these guys. And now we're only 2 over. Drop the firewood. Can drop most of these matches. Okay. And the newspaper. Anything else? Lantern fuel. Okay, I think this is okay. This is pretty good. Probably about as thin as I'd prefer to get. So let's start off with some food, and then let's head out. Yeah, early morning. Might be a little bit chilly. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay. I kind of wish it wasn't this foggy. Let's just head out and see what we can do. Yeah, man, look at how fast we are. This is absolute speed demon. I think this is south. There's our bear. Okay. Okay, we have the bear strat. The bear strat is we're going to pop the bear. And over here there should be a tractor that we can get in. And that will allow us to wait for the bear to bleed out, but not go inside and possibly have the bear despawn. Okay, let's do this. This is exactly what I want to see. Hashtag bear strats. We're coming up on it. Okay, come on now. Where'd you go? Where are you, Winnie the Pooh? There you are. Oh my goodness, you're getting closer. It's perfect. I couldn't ask for more. Come on, buddy. Come on. Okay, we can enter the vehicle. And let's just snipe you right quick from the safe side of the vehicle, perhaps. Talk about serendipity. This is exactly what I want to see. Get over here, bud. Yeah, come on. Look at how cute you are. Pop. Alright, gotcha. And safe. Yeah, can't get me in here, can you? And I see my arrows stuck in your forehead. Do I see little bleeding dots on the ground? That's the only thing I'm missing. I can't tell. Let's wait for you to pass, and then we'll follow you. And wouldn't you know it, it looks like the fog is lifting. Everything is coming up. Okay. Let's give this guy about a minute. Because I don't want him to be so close that he just jumps right on us the second we get out of the container. Not container. Out of the tractor here. Yeah, let's see. Bearskin wise. Yeah, so we have some wolf, we have some deer, we have some rabbit. And bearskin is really just for repairing that bedroll. Okay, how brave am I feeling? I don't hear anything, so let's see. Where'd you go, buddy? Okay, there you are. You're coming back. Let's head back. You don't want to get caught out. Actually, this fence is pretty nice. Okay, you're getting pretty close. Do you still have an arrow in your forehead? do. Okay, how close can this bear get while we're sneaking? Pretty damn close. Oh, oh, you heard that. Unless... Wait, was that an I just died noise? So I don't hear him. Oh, that was an I just died noise. Well, that was the easiest bear hunt I've ever had. I guess that's the strat to do. Okay, perfect. There is wolf over there. Well, let's start harvesting. Yeah, this is probably overkill, but yeah, 2 hours. I can probably harvest for 2 hours without getting accosted. Okay, let's see, but did this... Actually, I guess we're fine both ways.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
All right, we're not too slow, but we're definitely going to be indisposed for at least the rest of the day. Between cooking and gathering firewood to cook all that meat. It turned into quite a nice day. Alright, but we're just heading back home. Okay, let's go, let's go. Just listen for little paw pads that might be sneaking up on us. All right. Looking pretty good, feeling pretty good. Okay. That wasn't too bad at all. Although we still do have 20 kilograms of meat. So many things that are cured. And so many things that are about to be cured. The meat we can keep in the fridge for now. Okay, so that's 10 kilos. And that was... Let's think. We have a whole bunch of sticks. Yeah, I think I might have to be a little bit more aggressive with what I drop. So let's put anything extra here. So we don't need the hatchet. Don't need these. Don't need these. Probably don't need these. Don't need most of this water. I'm going to drink some of it. Don't need any of this, any of this. Any of that, which I don't want anyway, because I don't need the tinder. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I guess let's suck it up and deal with this. Okay. Click that. Okay. Yeah. I think we can probably get the rest of the meat here. I didn't check. Did you? Okay, no, it did work. All right. Okay, so easy. Sometimes I'm just so good at this game, I don't even know what to do with myself. And sometimes I just get attacked and mauled by a moose. It's actually kind of a really nice day. Okay, let's check. All right. So rendering and encoding lag is actually not half bad. even with all these things going on. Okay, you can never pass up a crow feather. All right. Oh, we can no-tool this. You know, given the number of of knives that I actually have, I think it's okay if we use the hunting knife, even though we don't technically have to. Also, it'd be putting us into the middle of the night if we did it by hand.
Too heavy.
Okay, I meant to eat something. Could have sworn I had a cooked bear meat, but okay. We're a little slow. A lot of stinky. Which is not fantastic. You know what? We're definitely going to have to come back this way. We're definitely going to have to come back this way to pick up some firewood. So let's drop a few of these guys just to go a little bit faster on the trip. You know, hunting that bear was even easier than hunting the bear in Desolation Point. And a hell of a lot more convenient on account of this, 6-burner stove in the farmhouse over here. And cooking this guy is actually going to be downright pleasant. Which, hey, we're in Pleasant Valley, so that tracks. It definitely does track. Okay, let's check our little NVIDIA SMI tool with a quickness. Alright, it's such a useful little tool here. Okay. Didn't get snuck up on by a wolf. Love to not see it. Alright. Meat goes in the fridge. And can we get even more brutally lean with this loadout? Yeah, I guess we're not going to use the charcoal. We can toss that in there. Hope we don't forget about it. And head back out. Looks like we might be getting a little bit of a blizzard soon. But worst case scenario, that just brings down some more firewood, which we are low on. Okay, let's do some more meat math. 30 kilograms of bear meat, 6 burners. That is a total of 5 swaps, 5 rounds of meat. If we have approximately 50 minutes per meat, 5 rounds, that's something like 5 hours minus 50 minutes, so 4 hours and change is actually not a whole lot of time that's going to take to cook all that meat. And you see how good that is compared to using a 2-burner stove or cooking situation? If we only had the 2-burner, we'd be dealing with something like, what would that be? 15 swaps, something like 12 hours of cooking time. As opposed to, I guess it makes sense, 3 times the burners, 1/3 the cooking time. Oh, you know what? Downside. I dropped the hatchet, didn't I? Damn it. I always forget about this. Okay, let's see. Can we chop this up? I don't think we can chop this up. No, we need a hatchet. Okay, so let's head into this hill over here and just get as many sticks as we can take. As we can find. Because we might actually already have the burn time we need in those sticks. But it would be nice to have more. 4 hours is 240 minutes of burn time we need, which is just about 24 of these branches. No, 24 of these tiny sticks. Each one is a 10 hour, not 10 hour, What the hell am I thinking? A 10-minute burn time. So we'll need at least 24 to get everything cooked. And we might be able to swing that with everything that's on the ground over here. All right. This is looking pretty good. All right, let's put a pin in this cave over here. I think I'm going to want to go over there and charcoal it next time we come by this way. Just to get it on the map. Whoa, what the hell was that? My mouse freaked out. Okay, that sounds like a blizzard coming on. But we should be alright. Yeah, I know we're hungry, but there's going to be food. We'll have it. You know, in the back of my mind, I was thinking that it would be nice to have more than just the wolf meat in the freezer at this way station. The bear meat is better than wolf meat per kilo, and there's so much of it, we are completely set for food here. Okay, how many more sticks can we find? That might be... okay, one more stick. Okay, this is all the sticks we got over here. And I lied. There's 3 more sticks. You can't trust a single thing I say. Okay. Stick-wise, we're good. Wind-wise, we're not too shabby. Not too shabbaroo. Let's go get that meat. Head over. And how many sticks do we actually have? 37 sticks. Okay, that's like 6 hours of burn time. It's even more than we need. And hell, maybe we can even start working on these broken ribs. 2 more days. Alright. Yeah, we're in a good spot here. In fact, this is probably... wow, so light. I didn't realize. Didn't realize I dropped so much stuff. But yeah, we're in a pretty good situation here. We got all the equipment we would want. All the food we would want. Anything to repair we would want. The only thing that I would want to be in this random house would be a lathe. And I only know of one of those, and that's all the way down in Bleak Inlet. A little bit of that water went down the wrong hatch. Okay. And only 2 scent marks with all that raw meat, huh? I guess it's really the guts that make things smelly.
The sun's setting.
The sun is setting. It might as well have already been set. Okay. Let us pick up everything we want to cook.
Something's gotta go.
We are going to be limping over here. Just absolutely slowly. And let's not forget our charcoal. Now, for this much cook time, and leave the tinder plugs. For this much cook time, I'm not even mad about spending a match. Okay. Let's start the fire, because the fire is also going to give us more charcoal. Always love to see it. Okay. Add some fuel. All these sticks. Yeah, about 6 hours is what I estimated. Okay, let's start putting these meats. Okay, so 46 minutes in a pot. Oops. And how much out of a pot? 57 minutes. Okay, so more like a 5-hour cook time as opposed to 4-hour.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Okay. Yeah, you've never seen this much meat. And I got it all completely safely. Love to see it. Let's do some drinking of the water variety. And maybe you too. Yeah, it's like 300 more calories per kilogram for bear meat than wolf meat. Okay, where's our storm lantern? Here. Okay, looking good. Pretty good situation. Hello, Marilyn. Welcome. Welcome to our cozy cooking stream. And hopefully you're as good as I am right now with all this bear meat to be had. Okay. Yeah, this has got to be the best and safest bear meat I've ever gotten. And we're just cooking it. It doesn't really know where my head is, huh? Okay, but yeah, I don't know. Have you ever played The Long Dark? It's half cozy situations like this, half abject terror. Yeah, there's a delay, so I'm not entirely sure what the question mark is about. But right now we're just cooking a bear that we just hunted. All this bear meat. Actually, I probably shouldn't have just tossed that there. Okay, but let's see. Basically, we're almost done scouting this entire region. And I wanted to get that done as soon as possible, and then we're going to head off to the west and see some new areas that I've never been to. Yeah, Marilyn, I see you. I see you, and I'm good, and hopefully you are too. Something cooked. This cooked. And you cooked. You cooked. Okay, these guys cooked. Yeah, basically right now I'm channeling my inner Gordon Ramsay. All this bear meat. Place. I mean, so far pretty good. Had to figure out some technical difficulties with encoders and streaming things in the beginning, but it should be all set right now. It should be pretty much all set. Of course, it's entirely possible that it's not all set and that something's going to go wrong, but we'll deal with that problem when we get to it. And currently, we have not gotten to it. Okay. Not daily. You know, I try to do things often, but no promises there. It's more than weekly, at least. I can say that it's more than weekly. As far as the do you stream daily question is concerned. Yeah, I don't know. What do you typically tend to watch? Because I'm pretty new to this. You know, not particularly good. Aspiring to be second monitor content. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. No, I mean, every other day would be nice as a target, but I don't always make it. I don't always make the every other day. But I suppose it's not quite the end of the world. Not quite the end of the world. But it could be the beginning of something. Oh, so where am I from? So take a listen to my accent and take a guess. Take a couple of guesses and I'll let you know how close you get. Just because it might be a little bit complicated. There's really, I guess, one answer, but there are influences. There are multiple influences that go into the accent. Although Marilyn Monroe, I'm guessing, if I had to guess, maybe California for you. Just based on the influence of the username. Ah, UK, really? So let's see. So UK would be... I'm sure you can guess already from my accent. I'm somewhere in the Western Hemisphere, probably the northern bit of it too. And I'll narrow it down a little bit. Despite this being a game set in Canada, I am not Canadian. I'm only LARPing as Canadian. Or I guess it's not a LARP so much as it is just a role play in the game. Yeah, so this bear meat is the safest bear meat I've ever acquired. Ah, how much is the model? Well, it looks really scuffed, right? Take a guess. Well, maybe not guess how much it was. Guess how much it would cost if you could buy it. Maybe that question alone is giving the game away, but just give it a try. Give me your best estimate, because I am curious. In my opinion, the model looks scuffed as hell. So, so I don't even know if you could say, there was any cost associated. Because, I mean, look at this. It's default textures. We got this flappy mouth going on. 150 to 120 what? Pence? I don't know. Do you guys still use pence over there? Or is it like semi-pounds or like deci-pounds? I don't know. Yeah, no, not even close. Not even close, my friend. So the answer is it cost me $0. Yeah, it cost me $0 because I put it together myself. If it were to cost anything, I would be shocked if someone would buy something like this for more than $2. Because it's extremely bare-boned, extremely scuffed, and doesn't even have proper textures. I still need to get around to learning how to do that. And maybe the tracking still needs a little bit of work, but that could just be the webcam situation. Okay, we got all this bear meat and just cooking it all. All right, what have we got going on here? What time is it? It is into nighttime. Oh, cool. Well, then in that case, then you know a heck of a lot more than I do. I'm just trying to learn some things. Okay, so 4 hours still left on the cooking time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 1. Okay, we still have 2 and change meat swaps. Yeah, I mean, in that case, you could probably put all this stuff together a hell of a lot better than I could. I mean, maybe. So I'm kind of new to this, and I'm into sort of the hobby situation. I want to give a shot at putting together everything myself first. So it's kind of like, even if I could, I guess I could, buy some pre-made things. I don't think I would buy anything pre-made until I gave it a shot myself, trying to put things together. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm your target consumer base. At least not for now, until I get to a point where I try to make things look right and I'm not able to, and I bang my head against the wall. But I'm not quite there yet. And besides, low tech has kind of been a little bit of my charm, if you could even call it charming. That's an adjective you guys use over there, right? I mean, I don't know. To be honest, part of the reason that I'm not your customer base is I don't even know what I want right now. I'm sort of in the situation where I need to just put some scuffed things together, try them out, and see what I want and what I don't want. And then maybe I'll be in the market for something a little bit more polished. But right now, I'm not your guy, unfortunately. Okay. But right now, I'm just the guy who is cooking all this bear meat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm open to suggestions. Perhaps you can unlock my mind and let me know that there are things that exist that I never even thought of. But if you have an X or Twitter, you could try sending me a message there or letting me know sort of... Basically, that's a decent place to drop a message or some way to let me know exactly, where your stuff is so I can take a look at it. Ah, man, I'm just thinking about it. I would never guess that it was so easy to get all this bear meat. I mean, I would kind of want to try to make one myself first. Okay, how's this? This is kind of... Whoops. Let's extinguish this for now. And refuel, perhaps. Actually, need to find that. Here we go. You, and it wasn't you, was it? Where was it? It was... L is for lantern oil. Where did I drop it? Here. And yes. Okay, so let's extinguish you. Refill, because I definitely forgot that it was still on. Refill you. Actions, refuel. I don't really need any emotes right now. And again, I probably tried making them myself and maybe failing first. Okay, you guys are cooked. You're not cooked. Place. We got the meats. We got the more meats. I mean, right now I don't need anything because what I want to do is I want to try making things myself first. And this is basically a hobby for me. And I find the making things with my own two hands to be fun. And you wouldn't deprive me from that experience, would you? That would be a very cruel thing to do. Okay, we can probably start putting some of this meat in the fridge. Where's the fridge? Here. Meat. Okay, and soon we can sleep. And actually, looks like this sleep cycle might line up with the dawn pretty well. Hey, cook, cook, cook. I mean, I'm sure you could make something amazing, but I want to give it a try first. Because that's half the fun. And as fun says, we are young. So light this stove on fire. We can cook higher than the Guy Fieri. Okay, you're cooked. Place. My dog, I've already got one. Haven't you seen? Now, I wouldn't go that far. I definitely wouldn't go that far. Okay, what was I doing? Let's just speed up this cooking. I think we're at that point where we can just cookity cook, cook, cook. I don't even know what I would do for a logo. I need to give that some thought. Because like I said, I'm almost certain that I am not your target customer base right now. Okay, 2 hours on the cook. Yeah, that water should be fine. Okay, you're burned. You're not burned. You need 11 minutes. Oops, did not mean to do that. Oops, I did it again. Played with my heart, got lost in the game. Okay, hour 19. We can probably do more water. You done? You're set.
Too much stuff to carry.
Okay, yeah, this should be good. Yeah, and now we're done there. Go over here. Drop the water. Drop most of the water. And then put most of the meat in the fridge.
I need to find a place to rest.
Okay, fridge it up. And maybe, yeah, keep 3. And let's just sleep, looks like until just before noon. We're probably going to dehydrate, aren't we? I'm pretty sure I'm going to dehydrate. And I knew it. Let's get a quick slurp in. Consume. Might need a little bit more water, actually. Eating bear meat is thirsty work. One more bear. Take all of our charcoal. Very nice. And how's our charcoal situation? We have 20 charcoals. Very nice. Don't need you. We took all the stuff out of the cabinets I'm pretty sure that we wanted. Yeah, we definitely did. So let's just see, food-wise. 2 foods, let's get a little bit more water. And I think we're set to head out. Okay. Perfect. Perfection. And we even got deer. How cute. And it is very bright. Panting, we're panting. Okay, that is not what I meant to click. This is what I meant to click. Okay, we hear an awoo from very far to the north. And let's actually go here, here, do a quick little cheeky refresh. Okay, that looks fine. And here. Whoops. Keep clicking bad things. There we go. All right. Wow, that dehydration really actually nuked us pretty hard. All right, let's hit this cave up here. Because I always wanted to well, I've always wondered. I've always wanted to know exactly. Ooh, hiccup / choke. I've always wanted to know exactly how close to a cave you had to get for it to properly get surveyed on the map. Also, I hear a woo. And it sounded like it might have been ahead. And I don't like that. Okay, where's our cave? Exactly. All right, there it is. Okay, the question is there maybe a better... Yeah, let's start from the left. I think that should give us some better vision on it. Okay, can we figure out exactly where we are? There's a body and some rose hips. Where are the rose hips? Oh no, we're over here. Reishi mushrooms, rose hips, climb. Okay, there's the reishis. The rose hips should be somewhere on the left there. Okay. Just thinking for a moment. How close do you have to be to a cave in the long dark to survey it on the map? Let's find out. That did it. Okay, so now we want to go around to the left. No, let's keep going to the left, cross the river, and we'll go up. Yeah, we'll go up over in this direction. Maybe even check for the prepper's cache first. No, I think we want to make a quick jaunt for this one. So let's check out all the low ground areas. Ooh, I hope that's not fog coming in. But it looks like it might be some cataracts on the rise. So many sticks. Okay, definitely a waterfall over there. Okay, that's that outhouse building. Burned up in open air. Yeah, Yeah, we want to get past, a little bit past the river over here before we pop this guy. Delicious bear. That looks like a deer. It better not be a moose. Okay, it's definitely a deer. Lower falls implies the existence of upper falls. Okay, maybe we'll pop this guy. Is there a little pass in there? There might be a little pass over there. Let's get up this hill and try to pop the charcoal there. Should be a good spot for it. I'm hoping this is accessible. We're not overweight, so I don't think we should break an ankle. I hope. I'd like to stand on this. Can't stand on that. Ooh, this is looking a little bit steep. I stand on you? Yes, perfect. Okay. Let's pop this guy here. And that was pretty good. I was hoping to get a little bit farther north. And let's see if there's a pass here. There is a pass. Okay, this is a cheeky little spot. That might... It might be worth a spray paint. Go doesn't show. What shows that looks like we might go past here? I guess a hunting area might do it. Okay. Because it kind of looks like an arrow to go. Alright, it sounds quiet. We're not hearing any oohs, which is nice. And let's see if we can find that lake with the fishing hole. There's probably is. Yeah, fishing holes are so strong. Aha. Sap. A poor sap. Bridge over there. Okay, what should we do? Now that we're up here, let's actually cover this northern area, or this high altitude area first. Yeah, that pass really changed my plan, huh? Where are you? You're there. You're here. I actually want another one of these things. Where'd it go? Not countdown. So we can put this here. You in here. Not there. In here. Okay, docs, no. Yes, docs. Custom browser, no. Loudness, activity feed, no. Yes. Not there. Interesting. I could have sworn that there was something else. But I suppose not. Okay, leave that there. Let's go here. And you're fine, you're fine. Let's go back here. Actually, I did not mean to do that. Click this. Okay. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. All right, let's keep it moving. Maybe one or two more charcoals across this river. Looking kind of steep, though. Oh, come on now. Where'd this blizzard come from? Rude. Well, there goes the plan for today. Okay, so I think what we do now is we just head back. What can we do until this blizzard passes? Not much. Not much of anything. You, and you. Yeah, this is a very unfortunate situation to have found ourselves in. So what a waste of time, man. See if we can find that pass to the north again. It should be this way past the birch. Well, I guess the silver lining is we can use this opportunity to pick up some firewood. I think it was over this way. Question mark? Yeah, there it is. There's our pass. Let's just not break an ankle on the way down. Whoop. Okay, that should be fine. Everything should be A-okay. And here we go for firewood. Choppity chop chop. And a little bit more choppity chop chop. Should be something. Ooh, that got cold real fast. So let's head back to our base first before we let this cold Frigidaire us up some more. Which should be, we just head north yet. We want to cross the river. Then we want to hook a right. Eventually we will hit the road, and then we'll see the farm. And we go to our farmhouse. Well, I suppose a silver lining is we're burning more time on the broken ribs. Come on. Oh, yes.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Oh, you will. Don't you worry. Okay, Furlan, that's even nicer. Okay, and how are we doing on... Okay. Hypothermia is not too risky, but we cannot afford more delay. Because the bigger the buffer, the better. Alright, looking for that road. Should be on the other side of this rock, or close to. Okay. What was that? Alright, if it's not on the other side here, I will be getting a little bit concerned. Just a smidge. Okay, turn too far right. Well, we can definitely just follow the river. And that will eventually lead us to the road, hopefully sooner than later. Yeah, it happens. It definitely happens. But what's up, Courier? So I have to ask, though, the only reference that I can think of having relation to a courier is Fallout New Vegas. So is that where the Courier's Gecko username came from? Well, I suppose if there's only one thing... You know, I'm kind of worried. Where is this road? That has got to be the road coming down from the bridge. I think we're safe. I was lost for a little bit there. But yeah, welcome back. We're almost done cartographizing. That's not a word. But we're almost done surveying this map. Almost. But we were going to have a nice little surveying session up in the higher altitudes in the south part of the map until this troll blizzard just popped out of nowhere. And so now we gotta head back and not freeze to death. But I guess it was kind of getting late into the night anyway. So there's not a whole bunch of loss, assuming the blizzard goes away by the morning. Okay. I had the good fortune of hunting a grizzly bear yesterday morning in-game, so we are completely Gucci-tastic on the food front. Starving shall never be a concern. Okay, what will be a concern though is just making sure I don't walk past, hold on, hay bales. To be honest, I was not expecting hay bales or something looking like this. Pleasant Valley Outbuildings. Where the hell are we? Are we here? I think I might have taken a wrong turn. Which wouldn't be the first time, it certainly won't be the last. Yeah, all these hay bales are not what I was expecting to see. This burnt out, yeah, this is... I am certain, completely certain that I went the wrong direction now. How is that possible? Oh, I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. Okay, well, I guess that's the way it's going to be. We were up here, and I came down, but I crossed the river in the wrong direction. Followed it along here. No wonder it took so long to find the road. Yeah, no wonder it took so long to find the road. And then there was this top... Yep. Okay, you know what? Let's just go inside. We've got food and water. We can wait this out. Not the first time. Definitely won't be the last. Okay. Well, at least we can eat, drink, and be merry. And let's try to wait this blizzard out. 2 hours. Let's start with 2 hours. Okay, I still hear it outside. As long as it's windy. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. Let's see, what would be a place like that? What would be an unnavigable location? Hushed River Valley could be one. That's only got different varieties of hill, cliff, and trees. Mountain Town, I think Mountain Town should be pretty navigable. It's got some decent roads and landmarks. Broken Railroad is pretty well navigable. It doesn't have enough open areas to really get lost in. Forlorn Muskeg. Yeah, if you get lost in the Muskeg on those, on that broken ice and that sort of islands in the south, that could be rough. Well, to be fair, let me get this out of here. Oops, what's this? You can go away. To be fair, the western part of Mystery Lake, the one that doesn't actually have the lake before on it, that you can get pretty easily lost in that because it is just hills and trees. Ravine is just a railroad, can't get lost in that. Bleak Inlet, there are a couple of places I could see getting lost. Coastal Highway, maybe you could get lost up in the hills in the north. Actually, that's not true. You can also get lost on the coast in the bay. Let's see. Ask me how I know. Okay, that's still a blizzard. What else do we have? Crumbling Highway it's pretty thin, so that might be hard to get lost on. Desolation Point is also kind of thin, and there's a lot of landmarks, so that might be hard to get lost on. But yeah, there are definitely places where you don't want to get caught out without knowing exactly where you are and exactly what direction, let's say, north is. Okay, let's burn some more time. Okay, so I hear wind outside, but I'm seeing those windows, so I'm hoping against hope that maybe it's bright. Not. It is not. Okay, let's see. That's nice. And check again. Man, this blizzard is just not letting up. Well, you know, in the meantime, Fallout New Vegas is, that was developed by Obsidian, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was developed by Obsidian, because it's like, Obsidian back when they actually made bangers for every game. Yeah, so they did, so Bethesda, and this was me maybe being a little bit salty. So Bethesda did Fallout 3, which was kind of like Bethesda slop. Then Obsidian took the engine and the franchise and was like, this is how you make a proper Fallout game. Todd Howard, you poser. And it's kind of, it was the second of Obsidian taking over someone's franchise and showing this is how you do it, you noobs. The first one was, have you ever played Knights of the Old Republic 2? KOTOR 2? That was another Obsidian banger. In my opinion, the best Star Wars franchise, or not Star Wars franchise, the best Star Wars game ever made. And that was coming off of, Knights of the Old Republic 1, which really just had the one twist going for it. So it was Knights of the Old Republic 1 was a good game. Who made that? That might have been a BioWare game. I'm pretty sure that was a BioWare game because it came, because it had the formula where you had the tight cast of companions, and you could have a whole, in-depth dialogue with all the companions that would unlock as you got into the campaign and became more comfortable with them. Okay, yeah, and that was another BioWare kind of before they hit their stride with Mass Effect, and I guess before they started going downhill. But again, Obsidian took the formula, at least old school Obsidian, took the formula and then was like, this is how you do it properly. And I don't hear a blizzard anymore, so we might be lucky. Perfection. Yeah, so that was Obsidian saying, this is how you do it, you noobs. Again, Obsidian taking a sequel and just knocking it completely out of the park, in my opinion. But I would highly recommend, well, let me back up. If you're familiar at all with the BioWare Mass Effect / Dragon Age sort of RPG genre where you've got this tight cast of companions, and there's, some overarching campaign, and there's interpersonal drama and that kind of stuff, highly recommend, if you have any interest in that kind of situation, I highly recommend picking up KOTOR 1 and then KOTOR 2. Because at this point, you should probably, and I am just sort of hoping that I'm walking in the right direction, you should pick up KOTOR 1 just because at this point it's almost it's like the Citizen Kane of video games. And then I think you'll appreciate KOTOR 2, which, again, in my opinion, best Star Wars game ever made. And then you can't quite fully appreciate KOTOR 2 if you haven't played KOTOR 1, or at least you'll probably get lost in a couple of the mechanics that have been built off of KOTOR 1. But extremely recommended. It's like, it's the same upgrade in storytelling quality comparing KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2 as comparing Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. It's just it's an absolute upgrade. Okay, but as I was saying before, hopefully I've gone the right way. Yeah, I think, so what I remember is we were in these buildings here the last time I came this way. There were wolves somewhere over here in the field. And I think that wolf over there in the field is what I was looking at. So if we keep going this way, we'll eventually hit the end of the hay bales. If we find an open shack with some hay bales under it that has a dead dude that used to have a whole bunch of Vicodin next to him, I call him Dr. House. If we find that guy, we know we're going in the right direction. Which might be this here. So let's take a look. Okay, and even the snow is clearing up, so now we can actually see. Yeah, I want to say our farmstead is probably right across that rock in front of us. Or if not, it's probably a little bit to the left. Okay. Okay, so from what I'm hearing, you love Mass Effect, you love Dragon Age, I guess particularly the older school Dragon Age before they got a little bit janky, then I think you would love KOTOR. I think it would absolutely scratch the itch for you. Because KOTOR is... So let me back up. I'm not entirely familiar with... I would probably know it or remember it if someone mentioned it. But I don't remember off the top of my head BioWare's discography before Knights of the Old Republic 1. It might have been things like... no, Baldur's Gate 2 wasn't BioWare, was it? But there's there's a lineage of games starting from, I guess, the original Fallout and the original Baldur's Gate, those isometric 2D or 2.5D role-playing games from the late 90s. That format was upgraded by BioWare in Knights of the Old Republic 1. Basically, they brought it into the third dimension, 3D. It's like the Mario 64 of this RPG style, this companion-based RPG style. And then Obsidian took that and showed BioWare how they should actually make a story. So from there, I guess the next step was the Bethesda Fallout 3 sort of... It's a much lighter on the companion focus and the RPG aspects. But I'd say Fallout 3 was probably the next step in that. And then, of course, Obsidian came in and said, this is how you do it. And that was kind of like a slight detour into the first-person shooter melding. Let's see, where's our bearskin bedroll? Because we can probably just sleep until midday. There. Okay, all the hours. So that was, I guess, a detour into first-person shooters. But beyond that, sort of to take the third-person, proper, like, hardcore, this is definitely an RPG situation, there was Dragon Age and Mass Effect I would consider to be the next step on the progression there. At least the first Dragon Age, and maybe the second. Probably not the third, because I haven't played the third, either the second or the third. But apparently Dragon Age went off into the, oh, we're actually an action RPG now, as opposed to being, you know, a pretty good, proper RPG. So I'd say there's Dragon Age was maybe the first fantasy version of that. Mass Effect was the first sci-fi version of that. And what was I going to do once I got back here? I think probably just sleep until morning and then leave again, right? Yeah, probably. Okay. Where was I going? Right. Mass Effect was the first sci-fi version of that. And then you have games like, what was the one that the Baldur's Gate 3 people did before this one? It was something 2. Shoot, what was it? Hold on. I need to look up this name. Too many tabs, and none of them are on the right monitor. Okay, what was it? It was Path something? No. Divinity, right. So it was Divinity 2. I guess Divinity 1 was probably their first step. Divinity 2 Original Sin is the first one that I played. and that was a pretty big step forward, a pretty strong step forward, like an evolution of the 2D isometric as opposed to the more action-oriented Fallout 3 version, or Mass Effect version. And then, where was I going? Right, from there was Mass Effect 2 and 3, and Andromeda, which apparently was a little bit rushed and kind of a mess. But it's all in this same lineage of sort of 2.5D games that split off from, I guess, originally it split off from Baldur's Gate 2, first in Knights of the Old Republic. So, which is a long way of saying, if you like anything downstream from this lineage, it would be at least educational, but probably right up your alley. I forgot water. Right up your alley to take a look into KOTOR 1 and 2. Okay, see, this is, my brain overheats when I try to do more than one thing at once. Like explain a genre of games and where they came from, and also press WASD. Okay, fine on food. Deer means we're safe. And I think we can maybe head down south again and hope that this fog lifts. I would really enjoy for this fog to lift before nightfall. Yeah, I'd say to put it succinctly, if you imagine a family tree, it sounds like KOTOR and KOTOR 2 are probably the grandfather or great-grandfather of games that you've already enjoyed a lot. Oh, this fog is getting worse. And it sounds like there's another blizzard, so I think we might have to just head back. You know, it never rains but pours, and this weather is always trying to troll me. Yeah, you know, I think we just wait until midnight and then sleep until dawn and hope we roll better weather. Because sometimes that's all you can do. Oh yeah. That is rather blustery. Man, and there's not even really anything to do. I would try to repair the bearskin bedroll, because we did just get a bear pelt. But unfortunately, that bear pelt has not yet cured. It's going to take like 4 more days. Yeah, it's only a little bit cured. Oh, no, our poor bedroll is getting all scuffed. Okay. Let's burn some time. Yeah, maybe 6 hours. It's going to get dark. So that's true. That's definitely true. Intimidating and getting them working. You don't mind playing older games, but it can be painful to getting them to work. I believe, I'm almost certain of this.
I need some water.
That both KOTOR and KOTOR 2 are on Steam. So it's entirely possible that they'll just work out of the box. One thing I will say, KOTOR 2 was extremely rushed. Like, they only had 1 year to develop it, I think they were given. So there's a lot of cut content. I recommend that you look up the restored content mod. That should also be pretty plug and play as far as getting it to work with your install. Yeah, let me actually check real quick on the Steam store. Knight K9 GHS of the, not Knights of the Chalice, Knights of the Old. Yeah, so Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2 are both on Steam. Right now they're $10 a pop. I would recommend, the Steam summer sale hasn't happened yet, have it? No, it couldn't have, because summer only started like a week ago. I would recommend taking a look at the Steam summer sale and seeing if you could pick it up for maybe, you know, $4 or $5 there. Because at that point, it's definitely worth it. Probably want to wait for a little bit longer. Maybe 3 more hours. Because Knights, I think they came out in something like sometime around 2003, 2004. So they're not so old that, you had to be on Windows 95 to run them. I think they ran fine on Windows 7, and they're so popular and such a large force. They were basically brought forward. People did patches and whatnot to make them work on modern systems. Aha, broken rib healed. Perfect. That's actually amazing. Okay, we can rest until morning, and then we are completely set for this expedition. Okay. Except for the whole dehydrating part. Alright, where are we? We're here. We're going to go around to the south. It sounds not blizzardy outside. And we've got all this carry weight now. Okay, first off, let's get enough water that we won't have to worry about stopping or backtracking for it. Actually, that's almost certainly overkill, but I'm not mad at it. Let's pick up some extra food. Because we don't honestly need all this bear meat right here.
I need to drop something.
So what I want to do is loop around to the south. We're going to loop around to the south. We're going to head to the signal station, and we're going to drop some extra meat up there, just in case. Because it's only a little bit out of the way. And we can finally sprint again. Good things are upon us. Do I mostly play RPGs? Well, I enjoy a good RPG. And if one comes out, well, let me back up. I do play RPGs when they seem interesting, but I wouldn't say that I am stuck to one particular genre. For example, this isn't really an RPG, is it, right? Other than this, I guess the game that I play the most is Arma, and that's a first-person shooter, although it's not the sort of arcadey, Twitch-based first-person shooter that something like a Call of Duty is. I have played the first two Mass Effects. I enjoyed them. I played the KOTORs, enjoyed them. I played Baldur's Gate 3. I've played Divinity Original Sin, so that's that sort of 2.5D isometric, very in-depth RPG. Enjoyed that. But yeah, I'm trying to think.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Is there a particular genre that I would say that I gravitate towards? Yeah, well, so let's just say, yeah, I definitely enjoy RPGs. The more interesting philosophy they have in them, the better. Yeah, I'd say the who is the publisher for Divinity 2 and for Baldur's Gate 3? It's some Ukrainian company, isn't it? I think it is. It's not CD Projekt Red. Swear, Ann. CD Projekt Red does The Witcher and those guys. Larian, that's it. Yeah, so I like their stuff, and they're getting rather good at it. I sort of heard whispers that maybe they would be thinking about doing another Divinity game, as opposed to continuing with, like, say, Baldur's Gate 4. And I definitely play that when it comes out. Because that kind of game with the, very, very deep strategies, lots of tactical options, is exactly the kind of thing that I look for. So there's that. I guess there's, the FPSs. Ooh, I do enjoy the Metro games. Although at this point, those are probably a little bit long in the tooth. I think the first one came out in, 2018 or something like that? Hello, Tara Gomez. welcome or not. I guess we'll find out if you're a bot eventually. But for now, we're doing some Long Dark. We're talking about some game genres. I don't know what Hru means. Oh, I guess it could be how are you? And I suppose I'm fine. Well, let me back up. I'm fine as long as I don't get trolled by the weather again. Which is something that happens more than I'd like it to. Well, it's super scuffed right now. It's definitely super scuffed. And still a work in progress. In fact, I think in the next couple of days, I might do a short stream trying to fix the muzzle a little bit, because it's a little bit... Let's see if I can kind of... It's kind of cylindrical, and not stubby enough for a cat. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got a couple of pictures of my cat side view. Is it? I figured that most people would do that. You know what? I bet I know why most people don't. Do I look like I'm made of money? Now, fursuits are much more involved to obtain or generate than I've been able to consider. And also extremely hot to wear. And I'm not exactly in an environment for that. But as far as like the hands and stuff are concerned, I suspect that most people don't track the hands just because it's a little bit janky, right? Like it's not even getting my left hand really well. But it's a lot easier to just sort of have the head and face and mouth be tracked and then let kind of whatever software you're doing do some random stuff for the... Please don't break my leg. Yeah, we're okay. Let the software do some random stuff for your hands. That's probably what most people do, because it's a little bit more controllable. Like, for example, if I stand up and the model or the tracker sort of loses track of where my body is, it like will spaz out and and like freak out for a little bit. And they probably don't do the full body tracking to avoid that sort of scenario, or to have it be a little bit better controlled. But I thought it would be fun to try to do the whole body, and it has been so far. Well, we make a head... Well, to be honest, I don't know if I'm quite ready to take the plunge into the fursuit territory. But who knows? Maybe Courier's Gecko wants a scaly fursuit head. I don't know if you're into that, but a gecko head could be interesting. It's a rare sort of persona to have. And at this point, I've got it... At this point, I've got it too ingrained in my mind for me to think that Courier's Gecko has anything other than a gecko persona. So I'll just choose to believe that. I ignore reality and substitute it for my own. But no, I'm not in the market for a fursuit, or a fursuit head. You might have better luck with someone else, though. Alright, let's see. There's our ice fishing hole, which is the best source of fish on this region. Gecko, I don't think you mentioned... Well, I think you mentioned that you didn't do the campaign. Oops, did not mean to drop that food. But in the campaign, if you fish enough in that fishing hole, you can find... Ooh, too far south. You can find a 30-kilogram monster fish. And it's just completely ridiculous because it's like 30 kilograms, but it's only good for about 6,000 calories if I remember correctly. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let's just... Actually... Yeah, we can head this way. It's a very big fish. Some might call it a whopper, And if you tell your buddies at the pub that you caught a fish that big, they never believe you. It's actually quite convenient that we have to head north this way. Well, it's still my headcanon. It is still my headcanon, and whenever I think of you, I will think of maybe a multicolored version of the Geico mascot. A kind of a rainbow version. You know, there's that that effect where if you look at an oil slick from kind of an oblique angle, it looks like a rainbow. That's what I'm imagining. And until you until you give me a different idea, that image is not going to be able to go out of my head. Okay. Now this place I could imagine getting lost. Oh, so Geico is an American car insurance company, and their mascot is it's like a CG gecko that walks around, and it feels like, you know what? You should be very offended about this. Because not only did they steal your species, they also gave it a UK accent. Is it UK or is it Australian? I don't know. It has a Commonwealth accent. And maybe it's because they don't do commercials in your region. But ever since, well, it's been a long time since they picked up this mascot. But maybe they don't operate in whatever your region is. Because even in the States, right, the, what's the word I'm looking for? Insurance is state by state. So certainly it's also country by country. It's a great mystery. Let's see, so, yeah, in-game, I got lost in a blizzard here too. Trying to find this radar station. And I almost missed it, but luckily that one time you go to it in the campaign was enough for me to remember sort of enough about these rocks in the fence that I could find it. Okay. Here we go. And looking good. Just gonna ditch a bunch of this food over here. Because you never know when you could use it. Ta-da!
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, how are we on? Yeah. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense then. Because certainly they're US based. And if they don't, I'd imagine insurance companies are generally country by country, unless they're like a gigantic insurance company that does all the insurance things. How much are we on water? We're fine on water. So it makes perfect sense that they, one, don't have a main situation in Germany, and two, that if they did, they would only cover people who are usually in America. And I guess the Americans probably have their permanent residency technically still somewhere in the States, in whichever state they're otherwise based out of. But it's okay. I'm sure that there's enough sort of, let's call it furry bait commercials in Europe. I mean, don't pretend you've never seen those Orangina commercials. Those are, I think, a Europe only, maybe even a France only thing. But I'm sure they got to be in Germany too, right? They'll never show in the US though. Orangina is definitely not, well, I suppose it's a thing here, but it certainly doesn't have the market share to justify a whole bunch of TV commercials. Although it... Really? So... It's possible, maybe it's under a different name, but Orangina is an orange soda drink, like a fizzy soda drink, Yeah, I'm sure that it is in France. It might be in England. I don't know about... No, I don't mean Fanta. It's the same kind of thing as Fanta, but it's not Fanta. Maybe it actually is just a France-only thing. But they have some very questionable furry-adjacent commercials. Okay, let's... That is a wolf. Let's go a little bit wide. I don't think I want this deer's meat or pelt enough to get closer to that wolf. But you know it's only a matter of time until you make a fursona, right? Because there's 3 main locations for furries. Location number 1, the US. Location number 2, France. Location number 3, Germany. So, as a proud Bundeslander, you really have no option but to make one. And that's a deer. Okay. Alright, can we get... I think we've already... Looking for these cedar limbs. Yeah, all these deers over here. It has to be safe, right? That's a cute little space up there. Is that a cave? And can it be gotten to? I think it might be gotten to. Okay. So let's see. Let's do an experiment. Let's see how close do you have to be to a cave in the long dark to survey it. Okay. Still pretty far. Let's go inside. See if it's got any good stuff in there. Oh no, the fog is coming in. Quickly. The fog is really just the thing that trolls me the most. It's like, yeah, I could be sunny, but I'm not gonna. What are you gonna do about it? Ooh, wouldn't it be interesting if this cave system went to a different region? I don't think it does, though, because it just says... It says to cave system. Where is this gonna go? Oh no, this is intriguing. Okay, there's some deer. Here's a dude. Okay, so it's possible then... It's possible then that it just doesn't have enough market share to justify anywhere other than France. Okay, do we have... What do we have for light? Man, I forgot to drop all this firewood. Well, I suppose it's not the end of the world. Because what we can do... Yeah, what we can do is pull a few torches from this fire, just in case this cave system gets a little bit out of hand.
Come on.
Gecko, have you ever been up north to the Hushed River Valley? Ah, sticks. Okay. That's a good idea. I'll see what's going on there. Could be. Yeah, no worries. Okay, take this torch. And take one more. And torch. Okay, let's see. What are we doing with the stream here? Let's click you. Ah, so you look okay. Can probably do an X over there. We can dismiss you. Double check you. Oops. Wrong click. Okay, looking okay on the lag and the encoding. Aha, perhaps it's a... Yes, looks like we might be on the bitrate struggling. Okay, which means what we can do is check you. And maybe go back here. Yeah, go back here. You're fine. You look okay, a little bit unstable. All right, yeah, I see it. I see what's going on. Okay, that looks okay. What else was I going to check? Right, you, so Twitch, YouTube. That looks fine. And how is our upload? Uploading is 2.2 megabytes. 2.2 times 8 is 16. Plus, it's like 18, 19 and change. Okay. Average time per frame, blah, blah, blah. Okay, dropping a little bit of these guys. Can I check a la carte? And how do I read this graph? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, this looks maybe all right. Okay, yeah, so we had a little bit of unstable there. Okay, and let's hope it just sits. But while I'm here, let me check with a quickness this thing, Mia. Okay, Livewise, you're alive. And let's see, are you alive? Preparing forever. Well, in the meantime, let's get back here and take a quick check on you. Okay. Yeah. The hand glitches out if it's just at the edge of the monitoring. Okay, we got this, got this. Oops, did not mean to click that. I meant to click this. Still preparing, huh? What a mystery. That's all right, that's all right. Okay, so let's leave that at that and perhaps hope for the best. Okay, that's there. We have, where is it? Here. Okay. Dropping more, huh? Okay, that bitrate is struggling. And the way we can solve that is how exactly can we solve that? Let's see, what is eating this network? Read write, that's not what I want. Applications, no. CPU, desk, network. What is this network situation here? Okay, wired, that's good. System, 2 point something something. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Let's keep an eye on this. Okay, move you. Oops. Here. Okay, now we can monitor that maybe a little bit better. Oops. Let's put you out. And let's snag one more torch. All right, eat, drink, and be merry, just to be ready. Aha. This goddamn thing. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, we got bitrate issues. Why is our rate bitted? Okay. Interesting. It's very much in fluctuation. Let's think. What could be eating this up? I'm not really sure. Okay, reset. Let's see what it looks like. Woof. Yeah, that is struggling. Okay, let's see how to handle this. Name, X memory, history. So this is 2.5. That's almost, yeah, this bitrate should not be this low. So why are we struggling so profoundly? Okay, this is looking a little bit better, but still not great. CPU's fine. See, NVIDIA's fine. RAM is fine. Wherefore doth this? Yeah, that's 17, 13. Okay, surely you can't still be dropping so many frames with that high of a bit rate. That is very strange. Okay, where was our monitor? Here. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. I wonder, let's try turning you off and see if that helps anything. Now maybe we have a little bit less competition for the bits that are going through this rate. You know, it sounds like that might be what happened. Okay, this bitrate reading that I'm seeing is still struggling a little bit. So we'll see what happens when I start moving things around. Okay, at any rate, this guy's kind of garbage. Let's take this. Okay, new torch. Let's see what's in here. Okay. Alright, a cheeky little cairn. I've never seen one of these inside. And what have we yonder? Okay, yeah, now we're chunking it all the way up to 16 and 17 solid. So that looks pretty good. Oh, and then of course, it tanks down to 4,000. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how to interpret that yet. Okay, this actually looks very involved. I was not expecting such a large region. And surely this won't break when I want it, right? Surely. Okay. That's some coals. Comma, Old King. I thought I might have just heard a paw pad. But surely not inside. It must be safe in here. Man, why are all these cairns? Grief Point's cairn. Grief Point sounds very evocative of something being in here that's going to try to troll us. So let's just keep our wits about us. and see if there's anything over here that I might have heard. I don't think so. Look at all these hidden cairns. Who squirreled these away? Got some peaches and an energy bar. No, thank you. Yeah, where the hell could this... More cairns. I love you 10 times. Where could this cave system actually even go? Okay, where is here? No, let's not use the good one. Let's use one of the low quality ones. Here we go, and light. Okay, this is actually kind of a good stash if I needed any of this stuff. It couldn't hurt to have another bedroll, though.
Could end up being useful.
More cairns, and their stories are not yet written. Oh yeah, that bitrate looks like it is struggling very profusely. So I wonder exactly what's going on. Maybe it's a network issue. I mean, I guess it must be a network issue, right? Okay, I think this is the way we came in. I definitely hear a blizzard outside. Up there. Story still not yet written. Is this where we came in? I think I'm already lost in this cave in these caves. This cave system. Yeah, definitely haven't come here. And luckily it's a dead end. Okay, that's good. Is it? It is a dead end. Okay, this is looking interesting. I feel like this is perhaps a location that you fall into during the campaign. And here's a new exit. Let's see what's in this, what's past this exit. Because this should be a new region. Alright, where are we? Winding River, Carter Hydro Dam, and environs. Well, Carter Hydro Dam, that's on the far side, or that's part of Mystery Lake. So I wonder, one, okay, hopefully it stays fine. But it should be, so it should be able to handle the original network output. And it looks like it's holding a solid 12 megabits per second on my end, which is about what it should be outputting. Previously, it was not putting out that much. Previously, it was jumping between 3 and 8 megabits per second. Can we... Yeah, I guess let's do a cedar. Because what I want to do is I want to wait until this blizzard ends. Yeah, like right now it just dropped down to 8,000. So we'll see.
Come on.
And you can go away. Okay, so we can actually use the bedroll that we just picked up and snatch a few Z's. If I can find the one tiny perfect pixel that will let me put it down. There we go. Okay, so that's down. This will go for... I guess it couldn't... I did not mean to take that torch. And put a couple of these low quality torches in. And one more cedar. And we can sleep for an hour. And hope that blizzard has gone, because I really want to start surveying this next area. Okay, I don't hear it. So let's see if it's gone. Because I want to figure out where exactly this... It's still foggy as hell. And blizzardy as hell too. Pick up. I want to see where exactly this region is, because I've never been to it. Come on. Give me the pixel. It's the one. There we go. Yep. Come on. Come back. Come on. Give it to me. This is possibly the most frustrating part of this game. Trying to lay down a bedroll in a cave when it shouldn't be that involved. Come on now. There we go. Okay. And sleep. Although it's almost nighttime, unfortunately. Okay, it still sounds windy outside, which I do not like, but perhaps the blizzard has gone away and maybe it's just a normal wind now. And that's going to be a no. Let's just take a quick peek and see if there's anything to see. Because if the far side of the dam is over here, that would help me orient exactly where we are. Okay, that is not really anything I could see. Yeah, like the bitrate right now is really struggling. I'm not entirely sure why. Okay, well, at any rate, we sleep. I still hear the wind outside. Yeah, this weather is just obnoxious. Okay, let's make sure we don't dehydrate or starve. Actually, we're very low on food. Very low on food. I think we need to put a pin in this location, get a torch, and head back out. Yeah, that's probably going to be what we need to do right now. Alright, torch it, and let's go. But we can definitely remember that that's a location that we want to check next. Okay, now where are we? And how do we get back? Is this the way? I don't think this is the way. I think this is... Yeah, I remember that piece of wood. It's a dead end over there. Okay. Should be this way, question mark. There was that really big, like, atrium room that we initially entered, the one with the planks that we walked over. I want to find that again, because I think there was another exit. Yeah, here we are, because we have the fire here. Okay. Let's see what's down next exit. Yet another story is not yet written. And this is looking like a dead end. Kind of love to see it. Just because it means I don't have to worry about more places to explore than I wasn't planning for. Okay, hold on. Let me check this guy here. Interesting. Okay, so we're heading out, we're heading back, and we're gonna be right here. We might just have to head north back to the Signal Hill and wait this blizzard out. Yeah, I'm almost certain that's gonna have to be what we do. Actually, do we wait the blizzard out here and then head out in the morning? I think that's the smart play, because I get the feeling I'm going to get lost if I try to head north right now. Okay, so we don't need water, we need food. And that means we really just need to wait. Okay. So let's pass time for an hour. Actually, I probably could have spent that time sleeping. Well, let's pass time first. It's not the worst thing in the world. We're going to have to sleep a lot later, too. So past maybe a couple more hours. Yeah, I think tonight is probably a wash. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to go and sleep until dawn. And we have past time for 2 more, then we should be able to sleep straight till dawn. Yeah, this should do perfect. Perfectly. Okay, and hopefully we stay stable on this bitrate. Okay, let's eat a little bit. It's the first thing we're going to want to do in the morning is head north and pick up some of that food that I dropped in the signal station. Because it's a good thing I did that, huh? Okay. And I believe just straight forward ought to be the exit to the cave. If it's not straightforward, it should be straight backwards. There we go. Getting trapped in a pitch black cave would be the worst. Okay. So, a little bit foggy, a little bit cold, but it could be worse. But for now, I think we're doing pretty A-okay. Just make sure we don't run into this wolf up here on the left. If we go around by the deer, it should be okay. Click you, click you, click you. All right. Yeah, that's looking nice and stable. Fingers crossed. Yep, we've got hoof prints. Who's got the hoof? Okay, and does that mean we can be a little bit cheeky here? Let's see. All right, whatever network issues, well, I'm not even going to say it, just in case it jinxes it. But yeah, man, maybe maybe it's the information technology gurus of the world throttling things when we talk about the FURRIES. All right, yeah, let's just head quickly back up to the hill and grab a food or two. And then, I think in one swoop, assuming if we get good weather today, I think we'll be able to finish out this region, cartography-wise, which is what I've been trying to do for so long now. So long, it's actually insane. Yeah, I'm looking at my my output bitrate now, and it is exactly what I'm expecting, instead of dropping down to, 1/3 of that half the time. So let's just not mention any forbidden topics, and hopefully it'll stick that way. All right, what do we got over here? We got some rabbits. But unfortunately, it is not wabbit season. So those guys get to be left alone. Yeah, this fog looks like it's probably going to burn off, right? It must burn off, certainly. Certainly it will burn off. Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean, if it's buffering, that would definitely be brutal to follow. But let me know if it's a little bit more connected with the on the audio side of things. And it could just be because I mumble all the time. It could certainly be on my end. I'll say, unfortunately, my German is not good enough to switch to that and see if that solves an issue. Because it has been a long time since I've used it, and even then I was never really fluent. Okay. South. South and slightly east. Yeah, although you only want to cross one finger. Word on the street is crossing 2 fingers is superstitious. Okay, here's our road. Okay, how do we do this? We follow the road down, and maybe we just follow the road all the way down, and if we hit the bridge, that's probably where we want to pop this next. The only thing I know how to say one thing in French, and it is from a commercial for a very old commercial for one of those language learning products where you would have like videos of, you know, language practices that you could follow along with. The mascot and name of the company was Muzzy. That's M-U-Z-Z-Y. They're probably not still around. But the only thing in French that I know how to say... No, I know two things. 3 things. 2 of them are single words, and one of them is a phrase. And the phrase is what I know from this commercial, and it's Je suis la jeune fille. I don't think that's accurate, and I don't think Twitch likes it when you say things like misinformation. So I can't really communicate well with French. The other things I know in French are frappe and fouque. I'm sure you can guess why. But I know more German than I know French. Ein bisschen mehr. Aber nicht so viel. I'm sure that reorienting myself for the grammar would also probably tie my brain in a knot. This thing, man. Let me get this out of here. So I've got this, hold on. Okay, here. So I've got one cat that I've acquired from the outside. So I think the teacher that I had wasn't, I'm pretty sure she grew up in Germany. So maybe it's just from mimicking her native speech as opposed to having a teacher who grew up speaking English, learned German, and came back to teach German. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. So I have one cat that I've acquired from the great outdoors. And recently... Oh, that's fair. Oh, I see it too. Yeah, it is. I'm getting a lot of dropped frames on this bitrate. But it's the delay is fine. I'll just tell the story. I acquired a cat from outside, and right now he is sitting on the desk or laying down on the desk next to me. Oh, perfect. It's not too foggy to survey. But also recently, I've acquired temporarily a second cat. And this cat I've acquired because he's got the beatus. He's got diabetes. And so Oh, we can do an experiment again. And so I have he's got a little sensor stuck to his neck, and my phone is Bluetooth connected to the sensor. But the app that connects to the Bluetooth is a complete pain in the ass. And it disconnects all the time, and it goes into the background all the time. And every once in a while, even though it should be fine, it just yells and complains at me and says, "Oh my God, the app isn't in the background. Beep, beep, beep. Turn the app on in the background." And it's very obnoxious. And so it's entirely possible that every once in a while you will hear a beep. And I try to take care of it. Yeah, bitrate looks like it's still struggling a bit. Okay, and now, of course, it is completely fogged over as I wasn't looking. So let's just take a peek in this cave. In fact, might even try to wait out this fog. There's no point in continuing as long as we can't see Jack. Alright, is this just a normal cave or is this a cave system cave? Time will tell. This looks like a normal cave. Good. Got anything fun inside? Not really anything fun inside here. Okay, well, let's eat, drink, and wait out the fog. This weather has really been trolling us. Okay. Actually, we can probably take a quick nap to just get a little bit of that fatigue back. And still foggy. Yeah, the network is going up and down, so it's definitely something janky is probably on my end. I'll have to do some network troubleshooting when I'm done today. Because who knows, maybe things are trying to go over Wi-Fi when they shouldn't be. Alright, come on, fog. Get out of here, what are you doing? There we go. That's what we like to see. You think Pleasant Valley ironically tends to not have so pleasant weather. You know, I'm beginning to come around to that point of view. Although, you know, I will say it is entirely possible that Pleasant Valley was named using the Greenland/Iceland naming convention. That being, you name it something that sounds much better than what it actually is in hopes to get people to come and move here. Okay. So let's run a little experiment. I want to see... Yeah. How long, or how far away you have to be to survey a cave in the long dark. Because sometimes it's questionable. Yeah, so that didn't work. Let's get a little bit closer. This is a waste of charcoals, but we do it for science. Okay, this ought to be close enough, surely. Okay, there we go. So, it's definitely far enough away that you should be able to charcoal it when you initially, well, let me back up. You definitely have to be about half as close to the cave entrance as the charcoal distance to the edge of the reveal zone. to get that whole cave. Okay, so that is one new piece of information I have. It only took, what, 3 charcoals to get it. Not the best rates, but not the worst either. And I feel like 10 charcoals, it ought to be enough to get most of this region over here. Okay. So for starters, we're going to head over to the right, hug the edge of the map, and then we'll cut north. Once we know exactly how deep into this fog of war we've walked. Any wolves? No wolves. Well, I mean, this is pleasant enough. The question is it going to stay like that? And the answer is, who knows? Okay. Let's try to get a little bit up on this hill. Just because I have found that sometimes even a little bit of altitude can really help. Well, no, because it's not going to help enough to be worth going so far south. So let's pop it right about here. Okay, I am content with that. Let's head north. A little bit farther east than I was hoping. But what can you do? Yeah, we definitely want to get this little... I think it's a gazebo area up here. I don't remember if it's enterable. Yeah, that's just a gazebo. That is over... It's like a picnic spot, and it's over by the fishing lake. Okay, so let's get this with this next charcoal. And then I think we can hit the rest of the lake. Because I want that ice fishing hut to be revealed. Okay. Yeah, this way will do it. Unless, am I crazy? There is an ice fishing hut. Okay. Let's go to the far edge over here and see if we can get that hut. I just want it to be on the map. It's going to bother me. It's kind of a shame to waste this. But oh well. Okay, that got everything you could dream for. I do hear an awoo somewhere up ahead and not too far, but hopefully it's on the other side of this cliff. We are going to have to go that way, though. Now, can we get on top of this big rock here? I'm thinking maybe, but probably not. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a no. Okay, I think I want to get on the north side of this rock to do the next charcoal. But I think there's a wolf there too. Alright, I'll see you next time. Well, I'll see you eventually, courier/gecko. Put some more thought into exactly what kind of fursona you want to make. Because I won't leave it there. And, of course, that wolf is just coming this way. Well, it never rains but pours. Let's lure this guy over. Actually, let's just keep walking. I don't think we are such an attractive gift that this guy's going to just come all the way towards us. Okay, if only we weren't walking against this damn wind. Absolutely ridiculous how much it slows you down. Okay, let me... Another wolf? You've got to be kidding. Where are we? We're right about here. You know what? Let's just head this way. Yeah, I see you, punk. Here, click here. How in the actual heck do I deal with this right now? I think we head towards our southeast zone, our southeast safe house, and just fight. Yeah, I think that's going to be what we have to do. Because this punk is going to be a little bit too annoying to deal with. Do I want to draw aggro on the second one, though? I think I might. Yeah, let's go get him. Come on, bud. We're just starting a little train over here. Hey, bud. Come on. Look at me. There we go. Okay, you're growling. Why are you growling and you're walking? I don't know. Okay, well, until then... Man, you know, I really wish these guys didn't pop up here. Well, we'll just do a little bit of a train. Man, why is this wind slowing me down so much? Come on, punk. Yeah, I saw you walk through that tree limb. And have we lost him? I can't tell, but I'm just going to keep walking. We'll be able to tell in this field here. If little homie came up behind us, or if he turned around. I think at this point he must... Nope. Okay, well that's unfortunate. I was about to pop a charcoal. Well, I guess we'll just have to come back this way. And if it's just the one guy, I think we fight him here. Come on, friendo. Let's get down to business. Yeah, come on, woof woof. Come on. Oh, you're just full aggro, huh? That make you angry, bud? That make you angry? Well, how about this? Yeah, that's what I thought. That is exactly what I thought. I've got something to put in you.
I might have to drop some gear.
Okay. Actually, can we pop it? Not drop. Can we pop a charcoal right now? Just as one last hurrah. That was, that was pretty okay. Let's sneak a... Who are you? Yeah, run, punk. Let's do some eating and drinking, get a little bit lighter. Barely over-encumbered, so it's not that bad. Okay, and let's try to get a charcoal over in this area. Really, bud? Come on, buddy. Yeah, there you go. Pop. Well, actually, let's get that charcoal before we... Let's get that charcoal before we get that meat. Oh, this is actually a lot more space than I was expecting to see over here. It's a lot more space. Maybe we can get up to the top of this hill. That would be a great place to do the charcoal. And it looks like there might... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is possible. Easy hike. Easiest hike of my life, he says right before he breaks his ankle. Alright, and pop you.
Feels like
And that
night's
should be
coming.
pretty nice. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's head over in this direction, and maybe we can even clear up... Ooh, if we're feeling good, maybe we can even clear up all the way to the waterfall. Wouldn't that be decadent? Oh, that's a cave, isn't it? Man, I'm gonna have to go that way, aren't I? Damn. Well, we'll see. I hear you, punk. What the hell are you? You're a deer. Just regular deer noises. Regular, bog standard. You've seen it a million times before, deer noises. Okay, that was not great. But can we sneak in one more charcoal to get this cave on the map? That is the real question. The real question that everyone wants answers to. That's a deer. Well, let's be quick about it. Let's be quick about it. I feel like this ought to be close enough. Perfect. And gotcha. That didn't say cave system, did it? Just cave. Okay, check the cave, get the deer, get the firewood, get the wolf, and head back to Thompson's Crossing. Not a bear in here, is there? It's kind of dark as hell. Aha. Swag.
Someone's stash.
Balaclava isn't too bad, not too good though. Don't need that. Water bottle. Oh, there's a dude. Okay. That's set. No, I was hoping to get all of this charcoal today, but I guess we're not so lucky. Well, this isn't too bad of a position to be in. I heard you. Okay. Let's wood it up. Let's get some of this beast. And let's wood it up a second time. Because we're going to have to basically make a whole bunch of charcoal. Because we're running low. I think probably too low to properly chart out the rest of the areas we have here. Maybe, probably 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 over here, maybe 3 or 4 here. And then a bunch in the middle there. Alright, well, let's hang a left here. Actually, we can get some ratios. I want to hit that wolf on the way back. And hopefully not be extremely slow. Eat this dog food. Not starve. And also lose some of this weight. Because we are pushing it on the walk speed. Just starting to push it. But it should be nice and uneventful. Which is the favorite way for things to be. Uh-oh. Cat might be trying to throw up. Look at how cute he is. With his little tongue out. I guess time will tell. Okay, looks like we might be safe. Is that a wolf? Why is there more wolf? How can there be more wolf over here? I thought I hunted them to extinction. Okay, well, we have 3 scent marks. He's certainly going to find us if we get anywhere nearby. So, let's be very careful about this. Okay. Now, where's that carcass? Where is that carcassone? It was not too far across, wasn't it? Do I hear something eating already? There you are. Hello, punk. Come on. Let's finish it. Oof. That was a little bit too close for comfort. Where's it? So that's wolf number 2. Where's wolf number 1? I suppose I should say that's wolf number 3, really. Well, I wouldn't be able to hold everything from wolf number 2 as well, so let's just get this guy and head out. Choppity chop. Okay, and now it's
starting to slow me down.
quite dark. Let's hit the road. I think the road is downhill this way. And just go straight into town. Please tell me that that's not a wolf that I heard at Thompson's Crossing. It might have been a wolf. Okay. Now we are looking for buildings of any kind. I'll take what I can get. Not seeing anything obvious yet. There should only be one building on the south side of the road. Everything else is on the north side, so maybe a little bit too far to see right now. Especially with this fog and snow. Every time, man. Well, I haven't heard any oohs, but that could just be because they're stalking me already. Now that's an ooh very far to the northeast. We should be downwind, so I don't think we should get hunted. Is this the road? This is not the road because there are trees on it. That looks promising. I can hardly see anything through all this fog. Hold on, there we go. That is a telephone pole. And that means we're in the right direction. Which means this is the road. Perfect. And that means that I keep saying Hunters. Thompson's Crossing can't be that far off. Yeah, I heard a deer noise. Where are you at, homie? Man, it's dark. I'm not going the wrong way, am I? It's entirely possible. Hell, you might even say entirely probable. Oh, nope. Okay, there's the bridge. The bridge is just past town, and I think I might even see some roofs. Yeah, those are some triangle roofs. Which also means we are getting close to where the wolves typically inhabit.
Feel numb.
So let's keep our eyes out and stay frosty in more than one. There he is. I hear you, punk, but I don't see you. I heard you, but I don't see you. The hell? I'm sure I just heard a wolf go crazy. Where's our friend? Okay, that is not a wolf, that's my stomach. Oh, there you are. Where are you? There you are, okay. Wait, you've got a friend? No, the friend is running. Can we go around maybe? Just need to get inside a car and we're safe. I don't want to go in the death lane. Alright, here we go. And I couldn't see. Come on. Come on. Come on. Son of a bitch. Alright. We got to get the hell out of here. Right quick. And we need to hope that we're not continue to be hunted. Alright, let's just get in one of these buildings as soon as we can. Why is there only one house here? Oh, buddy. Oh boy, okay, let's fight proper this time. Come on. And that's you and your shadow, not two of you, so let's force this fight. And come on. There we go. And it missed. Come on. Come on. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's two misses. Where in the hell are these buildings? Jesus. Well, we definitely need to sleep tonight.
So cold.
And of course we need to go in the back door. Come on. Keep it moving.
Gotta stop that blood loss.
Yeah, I guess we can do that now. We also need to use our old man's beard. And one wolf just bled out. Somewhere nearby might have been trying to hunt us again. Jesus. Come on, let's move it. There we go.
Feels like a lot of gear.
All right, finally safe. Okay, let's pause it here for a moment. Take a stretch break, take a snack break, as necessary. All right, and we're back. But not for so long. So, we should be able to look down a little bit, walk forward, and find the stove. Question mark? Yes. There we are. Okay. Let's get down to business. Making these chars. And charring these meats. Oh yeah. We are about to got the meat. And for, let's see, so an hour and a half to 3 hours 40, so 210. That's not bad. Ruined torch. And field dressing your kill. I do not believe that we can utilize this. Because we're just so good at field dressing things. And that means it goes into the fire. Add fuel. Okay, how are we on meat and food? And drink? Okay. Could be better. Could be worse, but it also could be better. Although we're definitely set on water. An absolutely obscene amount of water to be had. Just ploppity plop plop. And plop. And plop. Okay. And I suppose we just wait. Yeah. You need 37. That's probably the fastest. You can cook. You can cook. Oh, I wouldn't have thought that that would finish. 5 minutes on you. Which means the other guys ought to be done now as well. Yep. And yep. Okay, fresh meat. And fresh meat. Oh, Revi 231, welcome. If you're here for things that are long and dark, you're in the right place. Because we got the only one around. Well, pretty well so far. There is a little bit of cat drama that you don't need to worry about, but it is happening on my end. Right now we're just channeling our inner Gordon Ramsay. It's fucking raw!
I can barely walk with this much
Okay,
gear.
that's done. And now we want to add some more burn time just to make more charcoal. Yeah, we need to sleep for... well, finish this up. At least, well, what are the plans for today? First thing is finish this up. Hopefully, fingers crossed, fill out the unexplored parts of this bottom part of the map. That shouldn't take too long. And then, kind of want to cook something. Like, actually cook something. Not pseudo-cook something. But we'll see if that's in the cards. For now, what do we want to do? We want to put some food in the fridge. And by some food, I mean most of this food. So that is a somewhat complicated, well, it's probably a simple question, but I'm going to overcomplicate the answer. This game, I don't know if you've known, but it's been out/in development because it has an episodic release schedule for something like 10 years now. And I played the game for the first time a long time ago, back when only the first episode was out. Recently, the 5th and last episode came out. Well, I played it a little bit then. Yeah, and then I put it down for a while, and I came back to it recently, so I would say not that long compared to probably anyone else you see streaming this. I would probably describe it as good but not popular games. And by that I mean, I don't tend to play, you know, the new hotness like Fortnite or Arc Raiders or What else is the new hotness? Now, basically things like that. I'll tend towards things that are more on the tactical thought side. So, you know, these kind of survival games. I do enjoy a good bit of Resident Evil, so survival horror, that's a little bit of it. What else is there? We can drop these here, can't we? We can. You know, a good RPG like Baldur's Gate, that kind of thing. You know, I don't even know if that category would work at this point, just because so far I've only done the Long Dark here. But it's whatever I stream, it's not so much whatever I'm feeling like at the moment. I tend to sort of go through and try to finish things in one sense of the word or another. And do I stream daily? Not yet, and who knows, maybe never. Because streaming daily is a lot. That is a lot to go through. Okay, eat. Eat, drink, and be merry. That's what we do here. Okay, I probably need to pick up some food. I mean, you're certainly welcome to. I aspire to be at least medium quality second monitor content. So if I can scratch that itch for you, I would be honored. Okay, so let's get back into it. Just before this break that we took, I was accosted by 2 wolves in the night. They should both be dead, because I stuck them with a knife. But the question is where? And the answer is probably not too far away. I heard one die out in this stream bed, I think. Somewhere. Let's find out. 1, there are arrows that I shot that I need to get. Oh, and also, welcome from England. So, I take 2 guesses based on my accent. Where do you think I'm from? And the more precise your guess, the more I'll give you kudos for it. But give it a shot. Okay, here's 1 arrow. Usually it's impossible for me to find these things after I miss with them. Okay, so that's 1. I don't remember if there was another that I shot over here and missed, but I was definitely accosted rudely over here. So correct. Definitely correct on the US guess. The question is, are you familiar enough with US accents to narrow it down even more? You might be, you might not be. Just general region. Okay, I think... Yeah, I think we didn't shoot another arrow then. So we should be fine on arrows. Oh, what's my favorite food? That is a complicated question depending on the day and or meal we're talking about. So, in order to properly answer this question, I'm going to have to repose a question to you. Maybe 2 questions. First one, are we talking about any particular meal? And the second question is, how broad can the answer be? For example, if I just said pizza, would that include pizza of all different kinds of toppings? Or if I said pasta, would it include all pasta sauces and all pasta types? Or would I just have to say something like spaghetti with red sauce? You're going to have to narrow it down a little bit, because there's 2 different answers depending on what side of things you come down on. Okay, let's see. What do we want to do? We have this meat. And I don't know where the second wolf went. I guess maybe we'll find it later. Favorite movie. I'm gonna say, so don't hold me to this, but I'm gonna say off the top of my head is probably District 13. The Neil Blomkamp. The Neil South African name, Dutch name movie. Have you ever seen it? It's pretty old at this point, actually. So it's actually entirely possible that you've maybe never even heard of it. Seems to be a theme more and more when I talk to the young'uns these days. I don't know if I'd go that far. Okay, but we are almost to the point where I have a hard out on account of... I have watched Stranger Things. I've watched the... I want to say there's 4 seasons, right? I think I might have watched 1 and 2. Wait, hold on one moment, I'll be back. Okay. So I've got some bad news, and that is... I'm taking care of a cat with diabetes, and he's got a little sensor on his neck that's peeling off. And in about 5 minutes, I'm going to have to go and do a little bit of gluing of that sensor. But to answer the question, am I a furry? Why don't you take a guess? I'm sure you already know the answer. Some things go without saying. Okay, but I think... Yes, it's going to be very, very short order. Is that a wolf over there? That's not a wolf. Well, welcome. We're in good company. Okay. Okay, actually, I have a heart out right now. Perhaps I'll see you on the proverbial flip side, and we can answer that question later. There might be a lot of lore that goes into it. But I really do have to bounce right now. So perhaps I'll see you on the proverbial flip side. But until then, I'm sure you just clicked so you still know. I'm Yuchi and I've been trying, and we'll try some more next time too.